Welcome back. Bird flu is not just killing chickens anymore. It's jumped to cows, infected over 70 people, and even caused a death. And now it's been found in all 50 states. And while the government says the public risk is low, behind the scenes the virus is mutating, spreading to new species, and picking up speed with spring migration underway. Surveillance is dropping, funding's been cut, and some experts say we're walking into the next pandemic quietly. Before we get into it, I want to hear what you think. Is this the next CO? Are we still safe to ignore it? Drop a comment down below. And if this kind of breakdown helps you stay informed, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Is this the next COVID? Now let's talk about where things stand and what you need to know. So bird flu, or H5N1, used to be a virus that mostly stayed in birds, but lately that's changed. It's now infecting cows, household pets, wild animals, and people. Since 2022, over 12,000 flocks have been affected, leading to 168 million birds being culled and higher egg prices. Then in early 2024, it spread to dairy cows for the first time. Since then, over 1,000 herds across 17 states have been infected. Most are in California and Colorado. And that's where it gets really concerning because cows weren't even thought to be vulnerable before this. That means the virus is changing. And human cases and the first death. We've now had 70 confirmed human cases in the U.S. across 14 states. Most of those were mild, but one person in Louisiana died earlier this year. That person had other health issues and was exposed to infected birds. But the virus mutated inside their body, which scientists confirmed through genetic analysis. Now, 70 might not sound like a big number, especially in a country of over 330 million. But the fact that it's spreading across multiple states and species tells us the virus is finding new ways to move. And the part that worries scientists is how widespread it already is. Raw milk samples from several states have tested positive. Unpasteurized milk, soft cheeses, even cheeses are now being checked. The FDA says pasteurization kills the virus. So regular store milk is safe. But raw milk, that's a much bigger unknown. Now, there's no confirmed human-to-human transmission, and that's key. But that's also what everyone's watching for. Because viruses change every time it infects a new animal or a new person, it gets a chance to mutate. And with so many infected animals, from cows to raccoons to even dolphins, the chances of that mutation happening are growing, and just migration risk and animal infections. As all this is happening, spring migration is ramping up. Wild birds are heading north again. And these birds often carry the virus with them. As they land in new places, interact with domestic animals, and move across the country, they can introduce brand new variants. In fact, a dangerous strain called H7N9 was just detected in Mississippi, the first time that one's been seen in commercial poultry since 2017. And another severe strain was found in cattle back in January. So what the government is doing? Well, the USDA announced a $1 billion plan, half for biosecurity, $400 million for financial help to farmers, and $100 million for vaccine research. There are already 3 licensed bird flu vaccines for humans, and they're sitting in a national stockpile. Madna also got about $590 million to work on an mRNA bird flu vaccine. So that's a start. And just to be clear, these vaccines aren't available to the public right now. They're being held in case there's a major outbreak. If things escalate, the government has plans to roll them out fast. But until then, they're just part of the emergency playbook. But here's where it gets complicated. The Office of Pandemic Preparedness, the one that was created after CO to handle situations like this, is now mostly unfunded. Staff have been cut, surveillance programs scaled back, and earlier this year, the FDA lost over 140 staff who were helping track the virus in animals and test food. Some projects were canceled, and agency staff say it feels like we're stepping backward. And what's more, the data is fragmented. One agency tests animals, another tests people. They don't always talk to each other in real time. That makes it harder to see the full picture. Dr. Tony Moody, an immunologist at Duke, said it pretty: how to stay safe and informed. Clearly, we had an incomplete view of what's happening, and that lack of coordination could mean we miss a prophecy. Major shift until it's already too late. So then, what should you take away from all this? The public risk is still considered low, but that doesn't mean we should tune it out, especially if you live near farms, work with animals, or handle raw milk or poultry. It's worth being a little more cautious. Things like sticking to pasteurized products, washing hands thoroughly, and not brushing off unusual symptoms. Staying informed is also key. You don't need to track every headline, but checking in on updates from local health departments or trusted sources like the CDC can help you stay ahead of changes. Just being a little more aware puts you in a better position to respond if things shift. If you ever feel sick after animal exposure, speak up, tell your doctor, and mention where you've been. Early detection matters both for you and public health. So no, it's not about panic. It's about being one step ahead, and that starts with just paying attention. Let me know in the comments. Are we treating this seriously enough, or is this feeling a little too much like 2020 all over again? And if this helped you feel more informed, consider subscribing so we can keep having these calm, clear conversations together. Stay well, and I'll see you in the next one.